Have you ever said something to your dog and suddenly they tilt their head like this? That small, curious head tilt that makes them look incredibly adorable. It almost feels like they're trying to understand every word you're saying. But have you ever wondered, why do dogs actually tilt their heads when we talk to them? Is it confusion, curiosity, or are they really trying to understand us? Before we dive in, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy discovering the hidden psychology behind your pet's behavior. Now let's uncover what's really happening when your dog tilts their head. At first glance, it looks like your dog is trying to process what you're saying, and in some ways, that's actually true. Dogs may not understand full sentences like humans do, but they are incredibly good at recognizing specific words. Words like walk, treat, outside, or their own name. When they hear something familiar, their brain immediately starts searching for meaning, and that's when the head tilt often happens. But there's an even more interesting reason behind this behavior. Scientists believe dogs tilt their heads because it actually helps them hear and understand sounds better. When a dog tilts its head, it changes the position of its ears. This allows them to locate where a sound is coming from more precisely. Dogs have extremely sensitive hearing, much more sensitive than ours. So when you speak to them, especially in a high-pitched voice, they may tilt their head to focus more carefully on the sound. But hearing isn't the only reason. There's another fascinating theory that many researchers support. Sometimes, dogs tilt their heads simply because they are trying to see your face more clearly. Think about the shape of a dog's snout. For many dogs, their nose actually blocks part of their vision when they look straight ahead. By tilting their head, they can adjust their perspective and see your facial expressions better. And facial expressions are extremely important to dogs. They constantly study our faces to understand our emotions. Are we happy? Excited? Upset? About to go for a walk? Dogs are experts at reading human signals, and sometimes that little head tilt is their way of gathering more information. But there's also a behavioral reason this habit becomes even stronger over time. Humans absolutely love the head tilt. When a dog tilts its head, we react immediately. We smile, we laugh, we talk to them in a soft voice. Sometimes we even give them attention or treats. Dogs quickly learn that this behavior gets a positive reaction, so naturally they repeat it. Over time, the head tilt becomes not just curiosity, but also communication, a way for your dog to interact with you. But here's something even more fascinating. Studies have shown that some dogs tilt their heads more often than others, especially dogs that are very good at learning words. In experiments where dogs were trained to recognize the names of toys, the dogs that understood the most words tilted their heads much more frequently when listening to their owners. This suggests something incredible. The head tilt might actually happen when dogs are concentrating, when they are thinking, trying to connect the sound they hear with something they know. In other words, your dog might actually be processing information, and that adorable head tilt might be the moment their brain is working the hardest. But there's also a simpler explanation that many dog owners understand immediately. Sometimes dogs tilt their heads simply because they're deeply focused on you. When you are their favorite person in the world, every sound you make becomes important. Every word, every movement, every tone of voice. So when you talk to your dog and they tilt their head, they might just be doing the most dog-like thing possible, paying attention to the person they love the most. And maybe that's why that little head tilt feels so special, because in that moment, it almost feels like your dog is trying to understand you, not just the sounds you make, but you. So the next time your dog tilts their head while you're talking, remember that it might not just be a cute habit. It might be curiosity, it might be concentration, or it might simply be your dog saying, "I'm listening." If you enjoyed learning the hidden psychology behind your dog's behavior, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating insights about what your pets are really thinking.